Hey, what's up? It's Chris, aka Bacon Jerky, and today we're playing Neverwinter. In today's video, it's time to fight Karzov. Next, we're gonna do a Black Lake Terror skirmish, then the Nest Egg dungeon, a PvP battle, and a very short tutorial on professions. I'm gonna go ahead and apologize for the graphics today. I recently started playing another game and had to adjust some graphics properties on the actual desktop to try to increase my frame rate, but when I did that, it actually kind of messed up all my other games, so now I'm actually getting FPS drops a lot more often, but it's alright, it's still playable. So we're here in the final dungeon of the Crown of Neverwinter storyline, and it's time to fight Karzov. We just gotta make it to him in one piece. There's a lot of fights in this video where, for some unknown reason, I'm not dodging. Like, I'm going for the dodge, but it's not getting out of the way. And I don't know what was going on with that. Like, maybe I was just trying to flow my moves together too quickly, and it just wasn't working out. See, right now I'm looking to see if there's anything in the graphics that I could turn down or turn off, or anything that could help me boost my performance. Because in a video game, I'd rather have performance over visual, unless that visual looks really bad and makes the game almost unplayable. Oh, it's actually been probably about a week since I played Neverwinter, and I really don't remember my Great Weapon Fighter hitting this week, so I actually think my gear might be a bit outdated. I mean, you see that he's hitting for like 27s. That's not good. Alright, now it's time for the Karzov fight. This fight isn't really too hard at all. What I like to do is go in and get rid of these annoying little ads first. During this fight, it's probably a good idea to keep moving. Like, don't just stay in one spot very long, because Karzov has some powerful attacks, and if you're not really paying attention, he's got some knockbacks and this little whirlwind thing that I get stuck in. Use whatever method you can to get away from that whirlwind, because that whirlwind will devastate you. And that was the Karzov fight. Not too bad, eh? Up next, we got the Black Lake Terror skirmish. Taken straight from the wiki, skirmishes are player versus environment private instances that, so far, take place in outdoor environments and which are balanced for groups of 5 characters. They are similar to dungeon delves, but usually shorter and often involve staying in a fixed area while defeating multiple waves of foes. Once a player surpasses the level range for a given skirmish, there is no way for them to enter that skirmish. Also note, every skirmish grants an achievement, so if you wish to get those, they must be done at level or will forever be missed. I would actually like to thank the people that grouped with me during this skirmish. I actually asked for their permission before I started recording, and they agreed. So, I'm sorry if I butchered their names. I would like to thank Ilunia, Rainin Games, Gut Ripper, and Isabel Starfall. Even though we didn't talk at all during this thing, at the end of it, they were actually really nice people. Whenever I told them my channel, where they could find the video, where they could find their character, they were actually really nice about it. Right now we're fighting, I guess, a sort of mini boss that comes with one of the waves. And we pretty much all stack on him. I mean, there's no special trick to any of these fights besides stay out of AoE. I go ahead and leap right in on this boss, and I actually tried to dodge out of his AoE and didn't quite make it. I go ahead and use my daily. Didn't do too hot with it, didn't do too much damage to him, and I did a little bit before the ads got to me, so kind of screwed up on that one. This is my first time in the skirmish. I didn't even know those ads were going to come. But as with a lot of boss fights and other MMOs, I try to stick to the ads more than the boss, because the ads usually chase your healer. Alright, next, after the whole thing is finished, we have the scoreboard. It goes through with most deaths, most knockdowns, stuff like that. It ranks you. Most damage. Not a bad little idea. I guess it's like a little scoreboard that lets you see how awesome you are. And then, just like with the dungeons, we go collect our loot at the end. And here I go plugging my channel. Alright, up next we have the Nest Egg Dungeon. The Nest Egg Dungeon is pretty much just like a side quest. It doesn't really have much to do with the storyline. Kind of like just a filler thing to get your level up or whatever. But in this dungeon, you're trying to get rid of the kobold infestation before it gets out of hand. And while you're there, you're looking for some scrolls for the guy at the beginning of the dungeon. This dungeon isn't really all that hard. It's pretty much run up to a group of 3 to 5 enemies and kill them. Nothing crazy about that, eh? During this part, you gotta watch out for the traps. They're actually really obvious. It's right there. And it kinda alternates on each side of the pillars. There's also a trap right there that I did not see. Those lines on the floor are actually traps. They're like saw blades that come out whenever you step over them. So you need to watch out for those. I tried to lure these guys into the trap and I actually get stuck in it myself. I know, I'm such a noob. Alright, now we're on the next level. There's a campfire over there. I don't really need it right now, so... But I'll stop there anyways. This right here is actually the ending boss fight, and I don't want to do that right now because, you know, my health is pretty low. So I'm going to go ahead and run back to the campfire. If I can ever find it before I die. I actually get pretty lost looking for this thing. I ended up using a potion, but there's still more mobs to kill. One of them just so happens to be strong. then I didn't see these two coming at me. Now I'm still lost. I can't remember where the campfire is. And I found it when I didn't really need it too much. I could have continued on without it. Now this is probably one of the easiest boss fights in the game. That's pretty much what you gotta look out for, is that little breath of fire that he does, and then in between each one just lay waste to him. Nothing too hard. Run around and collect my loot. Hopefully I got an upgrade, because like I said before, my damage was kinda lacking. Alright, now we have the PvP video, or the PvP section of this video. During this video, it's very important for you to know your class when you're going into PvP in Neverwinter. I've seen a lot of games where all you really have to do is, you know, push some buttons and you'll be fine. But with this one, it seems like certain classes are good against other classes, but then there are classes that are good against your class. And during this whole fight, I keep thinking that, you know, I'm the only one that's doing anything on my team. But then I realized that my team was all casters except for me, so I was constantly out on the front lines getting my ass kicked. But you really need to work on teamwork. You know, I try to save one of my teammates because he's getting ganked by like 2 or 3 people, and that's not gonna happen. But that right there, I actually used my class skill, which was Unstoppable, and what it pretty much does is it kills your damage by a certain percentage. I think it's 50%. And it also makes you attack faster, and it reduces damage dealt to you by probably about 50%. But it doesn't last too long unless you have a full meter, and the meter is that little bar on the side of my character that keeps filling up with yellow. That's the meter. Once it's full, hit Unstoppable and you'll be unstoppable for a little while. I think it was around this time that I actually realized that most of my team was casters. They actually had a very well-balanced team. They had a great weapon fighter. They had a trickster rogue. They had a guardian fighter. They had a cleric, and they had a control wizard. So they actually had like every single class in the game, and they did really good against us. Right there, I tried to pop my unstoppable so I could last a little bit, and it didn't help too much because their great weapon fighter also popped his unstoppable. Right here, I tried to save my teammate, but I really think that I was experiencing some lag. Like, every time that I went to save one of my teammates or kill one of theirs, pretty much do a finisher, like, it wasn't doing anything. That guy pretty much had the Mario kill. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I got a new daily, which was right there. It's the, see, I was spamming the key that you're supposed to push, which is the action key, which is F by default. I was spamming that, and it wasn't doing anything to that guy. So I started getting this feeling like I was lagging during this match, and that's one of the reasons why I wasn't doing so hot. Another reason is because I'm only level 10. I really don't know my class. And a lot of these people, the beta has been going on for quite a while. And with most games, when you get out of beta, you have to start over, right? Well, in this game, they let you keep everything. So a lot of people, they have their level 60s and they have their full gear as far as they can go. They have a shitload of money, so they're not stingy with it or anything. They can spend it. But so I'm thinking that there is probably a lot of twinking happening. I mean, I don't see why not. I would. But I mean, this is a control wizard that I'm fighting right now. You would think that a great weapon fighter would be able to take this dude out no problem, but I wasn't. And while I was working on him, damn, half of his team showed up, so I ran. Oh, and yeah, the new daily that I had, it's I believe it's called Avalanche of Steel. Pretty much you jump up in the air, and when you crash down, everybody that's in your little ring of AoE gets knocked down and stunned.
Enemy dominates.
I think the stun's only 2 or 3 seconds. It's not long at all. But if you pay attention to the score, our team doesn't really do bad. I pretty much do bad. Like, instead of actually going around and collecting the objectives,
Your team dominates.
I was mainly just trying to keep their focus on me, I guess. And we stayed up with them pretty good. We really didn't fall behind very fast. But see, whenever I slammed into the ground, he fell. Yeah, I think that was only a 2 or 3 second stun. Not really long enough to do any damage to them.
Your team dominates.
That's pretty much what that green glowy thing is, if you realize what was happening.
Enemy dominates.
If it's an enemy and they're green like that, all you have to do is just run up, use your action button, and you pretty much do a kick, and that's supposed to kill them to where they can't get resurrected on the battlefield. If it's your teammate, when you do it, you actually resurrect them with, I believe, a quarter of their health.
Your team is about to win. Enemy is about to win. Your team dominates.
Alright, the match is almost over. I'm fighting this guy for the control point to see who actually does win the match, and he takes out one of my teammates,
Enemy dominates.
and we actually lose at the very last second. I didn't do too bad for my team, but like I said, their team was all around good. Alright, right here we have the crafting screen, and for this class I'm going to work on mail smithing. We have leadership, plate smithing, leatherworking, which is for your rogues, tailoring, and alchemy. Alchemy is brand new. Yeah, the mail smithing is for your clerics and your great weapon fighters. Leatherworking, I said, was for rogues. Tailoring is for your control wizards. And the other one we have is leadership. That's pretty much just a experience and moneymaker sort of profession. But what you do is you go in and you try to find a mission to do. You start it up just by having the materials and clicking start. Not really that hard, and it goes on while you're playing the game. Alright, now I would like to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more content. Comment down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what I could do better. And again, thanks for watching.